Here we are, ready to wrap another year. So goodbye 2025 and ready for 2026 to come with new adventures. But I want to rescue a little tradition that I started on last year, and I did a video basically going through my first moments with my band Bronze through 2024 last year, and it was very exciting because we recently had changed name, so that was opening many doors. So this year, in comparison, feels a bit more quiet in that area, and many other things may not be exciting for you, but they are core memories for me, and I've been trying to take some notes. I'm pretty sure that I'm missing many moments, so I'm gonna go with it. I think it's important to celebrate um, every little conquer and not forget the little things that also went wrong, because those are lessons. Everything is a lesson, and I'm up for growing and evolving and learning. Okay, so let's start. This year, okay, we've been more active playing live, which has been exciting, and I hope next year is even more. But we've been unlocking some countries that we had never visited with the band before. We've been playing in Germany, and we've been playing in Portugal. On that note, we were playing for the first time in Spain, my native country, under the name of Bronze. And it was a long, long time since we were playing with the band of and the previous name. So yeah, I could return. On another note, since we are mentioning countries that we were visiting for the first time, we almost didn't make it to Germany because we were booked on a festival. And this is the first time that we are booked on a festival that cancels 2 weeks before the festival was supposed to happen because low ticket sales. Yeah. Hopefully that never happens again. Anyway, on another note, and triggered by that event, it was the first time that we were playing in sold out gigs this year. Twice. In Falun and in New Anspach in Germany. Joined with that. What's the word? Linked with that. It was the first time that Bronze and Milestones were sharing lineups and traveling together. And that's very exciting because, as you know, we kind of share a lineup. Cedric is the guitarist of both bands. I'm working with Milestones in other areas, not playing with the band, but working merch, photographs, manager, hello. And the guys help Bronze. Emil on bass usually steps in, and Carl, in those occasions that we are playing Milestones and Bronze, usually steps up as a drummer. So we are a little family, and that was very exciting to finally make it happen, and it will continue to happen. Very exciting. Oh, it was the first time for Bronze to be flying with the chains and skulls for stage props. So it was the first time that I was stopped on the airport and like, what the fuck are you having here? But it was not the first time for me to travel with chains on my own. But with the band is like a bunch of people wearing leather, denim and leather brought us all together, and the skulls, and they were like, what's going on here? They were just curious, and they were laughing, and that was fun. But yes, so we are traveling with our babies. More things. Oh, it was the first time that we were playing with a bigger stage banner. Now we have two. It's slightly bigger. For us, it's huge. For the bigger bands, it's going to be like a tiny rug. But for us, it's a cool. You get to see pictures here, and I will show you the making of sometime. It was the first time that we've been making posters of the band material. And it's for Gods of Death because there's a reissue. And that is another one. It's the first time reissuing an album. So Gods of Death was released in 2020 under the name of Cramp, the first name of the band, and it was completely sold out. So 2025 was the 5th anniversary of the album, and I decided that it was a perfect occasion to celebrate that and reissue the copies, so you guys can buy some copies, vinyl, CD, and what was I saying? I forgot. Yeah, so this was the first time reissuing an album. And we did the posters. Another thing is that it's the first time that we have full color t-shirts for Gods of Death. Because when Gods of Death was originally released in 2020, previously to that, I had made a little run, very, very little run with Gods of Death, but it was a different type of art. It was not the full art, it was an adaptation by another artist. And yeah, it was about time. So we have the artwork t-shirts also available for the first time. It was the first time using the pickup point option for merch sales. I decided that I have done this for Blaze on Stone in the past when they played in Nose Lake, Nose Lake, and I thought it was a very cool way to interact with fans. And also, I have to give credit to the band Stoker from Australia. Is where I got the idea some years ago. They were offering the option for fans to buy in advance the merch and then pick it at the concerts. Avoiding waiting lines, payment issues, sizes running out, all of that type of stuff. So I've been putting it on practice for bronze, and I have to tweak it a bit because there's been some guys that have been choosing the pickup option for festivals that have already passed, or that they are in another continent that they are never going to visit, and you guys, we cannot travel in time to deliver the items. But I still love the option, and it was the first time that we were putting in practice for Muscle Rock. Actually, this one is the first time for me that we have a sign that says bronze outside the backstage area, and that is just for us. We've been also having like the sign of bronze with all the bands, which is cool. But having our name on the door, even if it's shared with bands, that's the first time for me. Other times it's like, this is the backstage, you do your thing, or first who gets it, first who uses it, or taking one time for a band and another time, that type of thing. And we still do that type of thing, obviously. But this year, having a sign, this is the first time for me. May seem little to you, but for me it's huge. Another thing that happened new to me is that when we were playing in Madrid, when we were there, the promoter, it was a club, and the chief, the boss, the main guy of the club told us that they had contacted with some magazines, media, and photographers and stuff like that, and they wanted to do some photo shoots before the show. So we ended up doing two photo shoots. It was with two different photographers, and it was not like live pictures. It was the band before playing, so like a regular photo shoot, but on the event day, and that was the first time for me during an event. First time having access to showers on the backstage. If you know me, you know that I'm a huge collector of memorabilia. Anything that can become a little memento, I take from the gigs. The respectful ones like flyers, posters, things like that. And this year I got to unlock 2 new items for my collection. It's the first year that I got the artist bracelet. That was on Milagre Metalero for sure. I don't know if we got in Moscow. Not sure, but at least we got artist bracelet, because I've been having like manager and crew in other occasions. But we are talking about bronze, and also this, the tag, the artist tag, both sides. Oh, wow, so fancy! This amazing, because I think in the past, maybe I had it, but no, I don't think so. In the past it was just the seal or no in my face or something like that. So this is new. This is new for 2025. I'm looking forward to have a huge collection of bracelets and tags and stuff. Another one is that this is the first year that I get a copyright strike because I was using my own music. Yeah, that type of thing is way more common than that it seems. And it has only happened once, but I guess that it's going to happen way more often. Regarding Gods of Death, for me this is probably the most exciting thing I mean, all of them are exciting, but this is very personal, and is that this is the first time that we have a box set. You get to see here. It's the first time that I'm doing this type of project. It's a handcrafted box with all the details, all my painting and my sewing and my gluing and all of that. And I wanted to give something very special, and I used the opportunity of the reissue of Gods of Death to offer this unique item. And this is another way of, because you know, people over the years having like, okay, so you're an artist and you're a crafter, and why don't you bring your craft to the merch table? And I never really crossed that line. Like I've been doing the patches, I've been doing the t-shirts, I've been doing pins, but it's more like a mechanical thing, and I didn't think about the artistic part to put it together in that way. Like I kind of had it separate. Doesn't make any sense, because it doesn't make any sense. So I'm stepping forward, and this is the first time that I'm doing something like this. The box sets. I don't know how to pronounce that word well. Very exciting. They are almost sold out. I only put like 8 for sale, and they are almost sold out. So if you want one, maybe you can catch one, or maybe you're watching this and they are sold out. I don't know, or maybe we are gonna have them forever. I don't know. But I made them, and I'm proud, and they are very cool, and they have unique items. Yeah, and the last thing. This is kind of exciting. It's one of those negative things that is exciting because it's like, hey, we are a band. We can say now that we are a band. Is that this was the last thing that happened, and happened on Lucia Rock, which was the last show of the year, the last festival. The festival was fantastic, no complaints, but we had to cut the set list while we were playing. I measure very well the set list, and I know the interactions, and I know that, you know, things can happen, and if a string breaks and all of that, blah, blah, blah. But we have been lucky, and in the past we never had to alter the set list. We didn't have that type of time restriction, but on this one we had time restriction, and we didn't have any issues. But at the end it was like, hey, you have to cut in 5 minutes, and I know my songs, they were going to fit, like the last song was able to fit, but it didn't happen, so we had to cut Speed of Light, and the last song was Time Covers No Lies, and I have footage. I know that it could fit. But yeah, anyway, so that is my review of first time events for me with my band Bronson 2025. Maybe I'm forgetting things, maybe I'm gonna edit later, I don't know, but for now this is it. See you on 2026. Let's kick some asses and unlock new challenges and new adventures. This is the Age of Bronze. I almost forgot. This is the Age of Bronze.